When Viking power seemed ready to break England apart, one king refused to disappear. His name was Alfred of Wessex, later remembered as Alfred the Great. He was not born into an easy age. The 9th century was a time of pressure, invasion, and uncertainty as Viking armies pushed deeper into the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms. By the time Alfred came to power, the danger was no longer distant. This was not simply a threat from the sea. It was a force already moving across England, breaking old kingdoms and pushing Wessex toward disaster. Alfred did not inherit a stable throne. He inherited a crisis. The Viking armies were experienced, mobile, and already reshaping the political world around him. Northumbria had been shaken. East Anglia had fallen under terrible pressure. Mercia had been weakened, and now Wessex stood exposed. At times, it seemed Alfred's kingdom might collapse completely. That is what makes his story powerful. He was not remembered because he ruled in comfort. He was remembered because he survived when survival seemed unlikely. In the darkest phase of the struggle, Alfred was pushed to the edge. Later memory places him in the marshes of Athelney, hidden among reeds, mist, wet ground, and loyal men who still believed Wessex could return. Whether every detail of that memory is exact or not, the larger truth remains clear. Alfred was reduced. He was hunted by circumstance, but he did not vanish. Instead, he waited, he planned, he gathered support, he turned defeat into resistance. And when the moment came, he emerged from the marshes not as a broken king, but as a ruler ready to fight for the survival of his people. The campaign that followed led to the Battle of Edington. There, Alfred's forces confronted the Viking army in a struggle that mattered far beyond one battlefield. A victory there did not simply save Alfred's crown, it helped save Wessex. And if Wessex survived, then the future of England remained possible. But Alfred's greatness was not only military. That is what separates him from many rulers remembered only for war. He fought when he had to fight, but after survival came rebuilding. Alfred strengthened defenses. He helped organize fortified places, roads, and military response so his kingdom would not be caught helpless again. He encouraged learning in a time when war had damaged knowledge, order, and religious life. He supported law, administration, and the idea that a kingdom needed more than warriors to endure. It needed memory. It needed structure. It needed purpose. In Alfred's story, the Viking threat becomes more than an invasion. It becomes a test of leadership, a test of whether a king could adapt when the old world was breaking, a test of whether defeat had to become the end. Alfred's answer was no. He became the image of resilience, a ruler under pressure, a kingdom on the edge, and a leader forced to endure before he could rebuild. That is why history remembers him as great, not because he lived in easy times, but because he faced collapse, survived it, and left something stronger behind. So what made Alfred different? Was it battlefield success, political intelligence, religious conviction? Or was it something even more important? The refusal to give up when England seemed close to breaking.